What's up everybody, this is SuperStar here, and as you can see we're in the studio, and it is a time of day where I am usually not up. It is 10:45 in the morning right now. I apologize for the way I'm dressed, apologize for the way I look kind of scruffy, need some facial haircuts, need some stuff going on, but as you probably know, if you follow me on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, I've been saying I want to do more videos and stuff in 2015. I want to do all types of stuff, and not want to do, I'm gonna do a bunch of more stuff, a bunch of new stuff, tons of stuff. But wow, this thing is heavy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. This camera's heavy as fuck. I've upgraded the studio and ordered a whole bunch of new shit recently. And I wanted to do a video showing off that stuff, talking about it, talking to you guys, all my fellow producers, about upgrades and things you do need, things you don't need, different budgets, things like that. And everybody just wanted to, in general, see everything new I got and just kind of kick it and talk. But I wanted to take it a step further and make it where it's kind of like this kind of video, you know what I mean, where we're just kind of like chilling and just kind of talking, you know what I mean? And it's not just a straightforward video where it's just like, this is this does that, this costs this much, the end. It's just like, you know, I don't know. I kind of like, I've been watching YouTube a little more lately, and I kind of like these kind of videos where people, I mean, I've always done it, and I noticed you viewers seem to like that when I do it. So I said, you know, why not? Actually, right now, I'm in the process of installing something. So I'm at the point where I haven't even heard. I'm installing the UAD Apollo. That's one of the things I did. I upgraded my audio interface, dropped down some serious cash and got that. And I haven't even heard it yet. So I was like, you know what? This would be cool if I'm recording my first experience ever hearing it. Like, I've never heard this interface before. I've heard it in stores a couple times, but I've never heard it in here in with my music playing through it in my studio or nothing like that. So I'm gonna put this camera down. I don't really know what kind of angle I'll get. I'll find something, and I'm gonna put it right there while I check it out. One thing I'm concerned about is another producer that I've been talking to a lot back and forth about the new equipment and things like that is Adam Ivy. Shout outs to him. He's a real cool dude. It's really hard to find people, especially in the music industry, that are people who are just genuinely good people. They're, you know, whatever, they're not super egoed up or just not the type of person you like. Just somebody who's, you know, I don't know, easy to get along with. So that's somebody who helped me and gave me advice on different things. And one thing he told me about the Apollo was that the preamps and everything in it are really strong, so you don't need, you know, I was concerned if I would need an extra preamp or whatever you want to call it connected to it to make the volume go up loud enough to the max volume that I'm used to making beats at. Because before, as you can see, ignore all that, that's all like tax paperwork, but I used to use, I'm coming from the M-Audio Fast Track Ultra. But I had to have it hooked up to a Behringer mixer because it just simply wouldn't go loud enough. Like when I'm mixing and when I'm making stuff, or when I'm mixing at least, I usually like it to have all the way up. And that thing wouldn't get loud at all. I mean, it was just like pathetic. It wouldn't get loud. Very good. I've used this thing obviously forever. When people always ask me what my audio interface is, like, oh bro, them crazy ass beats and the mix is crazy. What are you using for your interface? And when I would tell them that, they'd be like, you must just be fucking gifted, because that thing is whack. So I'm really excited to see what the difference is going to be like and what I'm going to be able to do more with the UAD Apollo Duo interface and the UAD plugins. And right now I'm going to want to see how the preamps are, if I'm going to need anything like that, and I hope not, because I have no more rack spaces. And we'll get into all this stuff later, but I'm wanting everything to stay looking real clean like that. I don't want to go put in a fucking preamp thing somewhere. Just got some in the mail. I have no idea what this is. These are extra FireWire cards. I was in a panic, not knowing what was going on. When I couldn't get this to work, I was super pissed off. What happened was, if all of you don't follow me, first off, on my fan Facebook page, not like the personal page, fan, I guess if you want to say, is what they call it, but the like page where people like it and they follow. I have like 30-something thousand on there. I really appreciate everybody who do it. It's like a verified account, which I didn't even know Facebook had verified accounts. I just got on there one day and was like, why is there a blue check mark right here? Like it's like Twitter, but they do have it. And I don't know how they verified me. They just did it. But the point is, there's a lot of people on there, producers, musicians, singers, engineers, whatever, and we're always on there just talking. I leave a comment and I say like, I need some advice on something, or we just talk, and just tons of people comment and I talk back, and it's just a good environment. I really like that page. So it's just facebook.com/SuperStar. If you're not liking it, go ahead, and if you are, make sure you join in on that, because I think I'm going to be on there a lot more than Twitter. Twitter's like dead now all the time. It's like nobody talks. People be talking about some dumb shit. But on my Facebook, it's like only people who are into what I'm into, obviously, and we're talking about the same stuff. But anyway, when I got the Apollo, I was having a problem. What the fuck was that? I was having a problem where the Apollo can be either Thunderbolt or FireWire, but it can only be Thunderbolt for Mac, and it can only FireWire for PC or whatever. So the PC only has FireWire capabilities, and I had to buy a FireWire card because built-in FireWires, none of them will work for the Apollo Duo. You have to use 1 out of 2 cards. So I ordered one of them, and it was a piece of shit. When I tried to install it, the driver just wouldn't install. So I'm like, oh fuck, what's the problem? Like, is it the card? Is it the cable? Is it the, what the fuck is it? So I ordered new cables. I ordered the other card they suggest. I ordered stuff I probably shouldn't have, just trying to hurry up and get it done. I actually had this card overnighted to me. It's the SIG, whatever, FireWire 800. So if you do get Apollo or anything and you need FireWire, get that one, because I popped that in and it immediately works. The other one, which was an Allegro Sonnet Technologies one or whatever, it was only like $30 cheaper than this one. One was 70, one was 100, but that thing was whack. It was a piece of crap. I actually got 2 of them. They sent me another one, and that one did the same thing. It wouldn't install. So don't buy that one. But anyway, that one just came today, popped it in, and that's where we're here right now. Alright, so I have it all hooked up. Everything should be good to go. Now let me see. I don't hear the clicking. I'm clicking through folders, but I don't hear anything. Oh, the monitor's not up at all. Oh, I'm hearing shit. It sounds like it gets loud just from these clicks. These motherfucking clips sound crispy, dog. Got them crispy clicks. From what Adam was telling me was that these are so strong you can't turn it all the way up. He was like, you're not going to be able to turn the monitors all the way up. You're going to have to find that sweet spot where you are usually at with your old stuff, and you're going to have to rock with that. If you turn that shit all the way up, it's probably going to break your speakers or something. So, of course, we have different setups. I don't know, but I'm just hoping that I don't need a preamp, because I'm not into that right now. I'm not trying to get one. I'm not trying to hook that fucking thing up or anything. So right now, I'm just going to play a beat of mine. Where do I save? I'll play a wave and just see what it sounds like. Right now, I'm at like half volume. What's one of my new beats? Actually, I'm just gonna go to my website. What am I doing? Go to the good old SoundClick, shout it. SoundClick, shout it. mute button works. You just pop that bitch in and then mute. Hey, this shit is hard. Really glad with my purchase. Yeah, this shit, as you can see, this shit is on 50% power right now. Let me put this onto manual stabilizer. Whoa, hold up on there and shouter. Alright, whatever. But yeah, it's not even at 50%. So already I can hear the difference in the sound quality. Like, for one, like, I know my mixes have always been really good. People are always like, I didn't even know until somebody told me, but if you Google, like, you've never had to have Googled it before. If you just go to Google and type how to mix, like, SuperStar is like the first one or second one that pops up, and that's crazy. So I know the mixes are always clean on that. But with this interface, like, no lie, right now I can hear flaws in the mix. And I'm already hearing shit where I'm like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, stuff that I could do even better. And the thing is, I at first I was thinking like, well, I could, because I heard some of my beats on like higher end, you know, this is a $2,000 interface, and most people are not listening to music on that type of shit. So I'm like, well, it's not going to make a difference because, you know what I mean? People are probably listening to it like in a radio, in a whatever, in a car, on their type of interfaces. Like I had like a little 400 maybe max dollar interface, so they're gonna hear what I'm hearing on there. But when I got into the technological stuff in it, when you can hear the flaws, or not really flaws, but yeah, I guess they're flaws, the improvements you could make in your mixes or on whatever on these higher end things, once you tweak them and do all that in these, it's going to sound even better, of course, in the other ones, you know, and anything else. It's going to, if you make it sound perfect, if I can make my stuff sound perfect on this, like it sounded on that, then it's just going to be even on a whole nother level. So for people that I'm doing beat mixings for, which I'm about to do right now, because this dude's been waiting, a couple people have been waiting for me to get this working, you know, whatever, everything I'm doing, my own mixes, all that, it's going to be even crispier. So about to be killing shit with this. So I'm really happy with this UAD Apollo interface. So yeah, I just wanted to record my first hearings of it. I'm gonna play another beat real quick, and then from there we're just gonna skip ahead, and I'm gonna give you the tour of the studio now. I'm gonna show you everything I bought that's new, talk about things, and we can go from there. Put that up. One thing I want to talk about before we get any further is a lot of the stuff you're gonna see, of course, and like I said, sorry for the way I'm dressed. I got some fucking weed fucking socks on, all types of shit like a bum, but this is what I sleep in. But I don't care, it's just studio wear. But one thing I want to talk about is a lot of the stuff you're gonna see, you know, especially if you know about the pricings and stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna go through what everything costs and stuff. Like, this isn't a video to say, oh, I have so much worth of stuff. Like, if you want to know how much it is or you want to go buy it, just Google it. But a lot of this stuff is really expensive. But the fact is, just like Adam Ivy said in his video, is none of this stuff is necessarily needed to make high quality music. Of course, you need the basic things like an interface, a computer. You know, you don't even need a MIDI board if you're sick with it on the fucking things. I'd advise you to get a MIDI board and learn that, because that's more industry and whatever, and it just makes the music feel more alive. So people that you know that might have been producers who did only do that, I'm not going to say any names, well, it's not really a diss or anything, but there's a ton of producers that only used to do that, and everybody knew it, and now everybody knows that they actually play shit now, because it just makes the music way better, more alive, more from the heart, than just sitting there pressing that shit in. But anyway, you only need the basics. You don't need all this stuff to make, you know, great music. As you can see, like I said, I had that interface, even though that was a $350, $400 interface in its time, and it got me this far. you could get you can get a $200 interface and it can get you far. You can get a basic ass computer that can only do so much, a MIDI thing. You don't need any synthesizers. You don't need any of these keyboards. You just need some quality drums though. You do need, so you better get some quality drum kits. You do need good sounds, because the stock sounds you're going to be getting in your DAWs are going to be terrible. So head over to industrykits.com, buy some shit. So you do need quality stuff like that, but you don't need all this stuff. This is just stuff as you progress as a producer, engineer, a rapper, a singer, whatever it is, a EDM artist, whatever it is you do, some type of studio, video recording, whatever it is, you just work your way up. Like, you should always reinvest into yourself. So this is stuff that I love buying, and more than almost anything else, like more than, a new Xbox or a upgrade for my car or something like that. I love buying stuff from my studio because this is stuff that's directly linked to what I do, and this makes its money back. I'm investing into myself, and no matter what it costed, I'm working hard. I'm made this name for myself. I'm gonna make that back and more, and it just feels good to invest in yourself. So you just keep upgrading up that ladder. I've had a lot of you have followed me since day one, since I first got on the internet and made my name. So a lot of you know what all my setups has been and everything I've had. So you've seen the progress. You just work your way up, and that's just how it is. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to be behind the camera for a lot of this video, but I'll try to edit it and cut it into whatever. You got to see me enough in the beginning. So starting off, what we have first off is this chair, which, no idea, it's just an Office Depot chair. It's really nice, comfortable, it does the job. So yeah, that's a chair. As far as for the upgrades, what you can already see from knowing my videos and knowing me and knowing everything, is the desk. The desk is a upgrade which I am loving. This is a OmniRax Presto 4 desk in black. They have it in 3 different things, I think, like maple, regular wood, and black. I love this setup. It's more professional, gives me more room. Well, I have less room here because I didn't install the racks and all that stuff on my other desk. But I wanted a more professional look, so I went ahead and got something that didn't have too many racks, but enough to put a new interface and all that stuff I'll talk about later. And just look more professional and stuff like that. So I'm loving this desk. The only thing I can say I don't like about this desk, and it's something I really don't like I hate it, is it is a fingerprint magnet. Like it's the FBI or something. Like, just like, okay, like, let's look right here. And I'll just, oh yeah, I'm chilling. And look, it's like you got Frito-Lays all over your hands, and you just touch something. And I don't. I mean, I just got out of the shower, just woke up. No matter what you do, no matter how clean you are, whatever you touch is going to have fingerprints everywhere. So every day after the session, you're going to have to wipe it down. But I mean, that's something I'm willing to do because I love it. Moving on. Well, I guess I can talk a little more about the desk. Let me pull this chair out of the way. So it is a nice size, as you can see. Let me get back. it actually, this kind of makes it look small in this room, but it's not small. It's not huge, but it's not small. You know how big a machine is and all that stuff. So it's really professional looking. Like, I really like it. You really feel like you're at the center of, you know, your workstation, which you should. It's got the nice platform up top for your monitor. 4 rack spaces. That one takes up 2. Those each take up, or that takes up both on that side, and that's 1 and 1. So you can fit, you know, a bunch of different rack stuff in there. The bottom compartment, I have a little trash can over there, and you got a little storage area. And then one of my favorite things, this doesn't come with the desk, but you can get that added on where you pull that out. So I don't pull it out that far, but yeah. So whenever you don't need your keyboard to be in your way, you push it back, and it goes way back in there. And I have my mouse and my Logitech keypad. So I guess we can talk about these for now. This is just a Logitech light up whenever it detects anything, and that's my little Logitech red mouse that I like a lot. So whenever I'm not using the keypad, I can just put my mouse up there in that little bit of space, and when you push it back, like I said, it goes way back, so it's not hitting your legs. But the only thing is, this desk is pretty pricey, and that added on little sliding out thing is sold separately, and it's like $150 just for that. So, but to me, it was worth it. So moving on, let's see, what else can we talk about? Let's talk about everything on the desk. So right here we got the Machine Micro 2. Really not much to talk about. Most of you guys already know everything about the machine. I don't use this in the conventional way, as most of you know, but a lot of people ask me, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep saying it. I do not use the Machine Micro for I don't use the software and make beats in it at all. I don't even use the sounds it came with. The only thing I use this for is to control my own sounds. I use the Virtual Instrument Battery 4, and when I open that, I'll put my own samples, my own drums and everything in it, and I use it so I can control those inside Battery and have the feel, of an NPC, not just hitting it on the keys like I used to. I mean, I will use the drums and stuff it came with sometimes. They're not bad, but yeah, I don't use it in the conventional way. Next to it is a new thing I got. This is a new upgrade. Not as new as all this, but it's new. It's the Complete Control Keyboard 49 key. Right now it has all the lights the same because I have a Cubase project open, but if you know my Instagram and everything like that, when there's not a Cubase project open, it'll be all different colors and all types of crazy stuff. For those of you wanting to know about it, I really do like it. It's cool. It's not as cool as I thought it was going to be, but that's only for the simple fact that some of the features it has that I really wanted to use, I'm not able to use anymore because for some reason it installs into my computer, everything works fine, but the software for it will not work. If I open up the Complete Control software, it will tell me that all of the plugins, they can't find them. And I've talked to Native Instruments, we've tried to find a solution, and the only thing they told me in the long run is to reinstall your operating system, which is something I'm not doing, since I just did that 3 months ago, and that's not the problem, so I'm not doing it, even if it was. So yeah, I really can't use it. All I use it for is MIDI. That's kind of stupid, but yeah, I mean, it looks good, whatever, but I can't use any features on it, so that's kind of whack. But I guess I don't really need them anyway, so I just use it for a pretty looking MIDI thing. Moving on, my phone's usually right here. This is the iPhone 6, it's always by me. I have this red Babe Camo skin on it, shouts to Bathing Ape. These are the CMC Steinberg Cubase controllers. So for people who always ask where can you get them, you want to use them for this and that, I don't think they work, I'm pretty sure they don't work for anything but Cubase. So they're not going to work for FL Studio. They're not going to work for any of that stuff. I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't see how they could. But it's just basically shortcuts allowing me to do pretty much anything I want to do by just hitting these buttons instead of hitting the mouse and the keypad all the time. Now this flickering that it's doing and any other lights might be doing, you probably know, but they're not really doing that. These lights are still. I don't know why the camera's making it look like they're flickering. Maybe it's a setting, I don't know. But it's not doing that. Moving on to this. Okay, these are some other new upgrades that I just got with the desk and everything. This is the Integra 7. It's made by Roland. I have commented it before a lot about Roland. I've had the Phantom G like twice when I first started getting into producing, and I wanted to get boards, and I didn't like it at all. It's pretty crappy. I don't suggest any of you get that keyboard. I mean, unless you get it dirt cheap or something. But for me, it only had a handful of things on it I could use, and once I used the crap out of them, it was just you know, there for no reason. But I have always liked Roland, and they've had some great sounds. And when I found this thing, I just stumbled across it when I was getting upgrades. I wasn't looking to get a new board or a new rack or anything like that. But when I found it and found what it was and what it can do, I was like, oh hell yeah, dude, I'm getting it flat out. It can fill in some of the rack spaces for the desk. Basically, this has every single sound Roland ever made in this one box. I mean, not every single good one. It's like 7,500 presets or something like that. All the best brass, all the best pianos, everything you can think of, it's all in here. And I have this up here, the iPad, and this USB controller, because going through that many presets, of course, just using this would be a pain in the ass. But they've done it to where you can plug this dongle into there, or this USB, not a dongle, whatever, into there, hook it up to your Wi-Fi, and use the iPad. There's an app that lets you touch and browse everything and edit everything and change everything, so that's going to be fun to use. Moving on to the left, we've got the thing on top is a Furman power conditioner. So basically, if you have expensive stuff in your studio, or even if it's not expensive, I mean any kind of studio stuff, your computer, you don't want to lose any of that stuff. And if lightning strikes, or you have a power outage and it flicks your electricity, and somehow it can fry your computer or anything in it and stuff like that. So that's why I got that. It's basically a surge protector type thing. Not only that, if you have kind of weird electricity and like I had, for some reason I was having a hissing and a humming sound, it'll clean up the electricity and kind of, you know, make it cleaner, so it doesn't do that. It'll eliminate that. It also serves good for these, like you can pull these out if you're in the studio at night. It has a little light on it you could use if you want. Never used it, but I never had it on a rack, so I'll probably be using it now. I used to just have it on the floor. Under it is probably, yeah, the most exciting thing I was really looking into getting, and really happy about getting it. I'm happy I can use it now, is the Apollo Duo audio interface. Apollo makes some of the greatest high quality interfaces that you can possibly get. People from big movie makers to big musicians use them in the studio. Not only is it an interface, but it also lets you use the UAD plugins, which you can't. You have to have UAD hardware as well to use them. You can't just go get them or buy them and use them, you know, like a regular plugin. You have to have an interface or a UAD card to use them. And there's some of the most like advanced plugins for effects and mixing and stuff that you can get. So I'm going to be excited to look into that. It has tons of ins and outs, tons of stuff on it that I need. 2 individual headphone slots with their own channels, which is something I really wanted. The volume, which that's max volume that I'm going to need it at, which isn't even 100%. You hit it to mute and it changes colors. The levels, it'll go up and down for just the main, and then all my keyboards and stuff, if they're making volume music, it'll meter it there. All types of switches, your preamp control for how strong you need that to be and all that. So yeah, that's the Apollo Duo. Really excited about that. Up on top we have a Cause. I'm just really into, like, I don't know, art and Japanese, whatever, like Bathe and Ape and all that type of stuff. So this was something that stood out to me and I had to pick it up. Just a nice little thing. This is another one of the new studio pieces I got, and I'm really excited to be working on it. I love it. It's dope. It's the LG 34-inch ultra wide monitor. It's not the curved one, because the curved one, I was going to get it, but it has all types of horrible bleeding issues on the sides with the light bleeding through. This already has a little bit, but not anywhere compared to what that curved one has, I guess because it's curved. It's got the Mac feel to it, like down here, how it has the little stand. The resolution is crazy. So it just gives you a whole lot of space. You can picture, if you split this in half, let's, right here, what's that look like? Dual monitors. It's basically dual monitors, but in one. So it's just 6. So like if I come down here, I have a project open. Let's say I open it up. So this is the project. You see how much space I have? See if I go over here, see what I'm saying, how I'm using this. I'll shrink that, widen it, whatever. I can have like all this stuff over here, you know what I mean? Messing with all that, just like dual monitors. And then I can have a whole bunch of plugins over in that area doing whatever. I don't know, it's just crazy. I'm really happy with this purchase as well. One of my favorite. I'm happy with every purchase so far, but that was something that really needed to be upgraded because I needed more space, more resolution. So yeah, that's that. Over here is just a little dead mouse thing. Shout out to Dead Mouse. Back here is just my wireless Asus wireless internet thing. It just plugs into the computer. So that's everything that's on the desk. We'll talk about the speakers now. They're just the Rocket 6's Ferrari red paint edition KRK monitors, and I've had these forever, as any of you know who have been watching me for a long time. I've had these forever. And I haven't changed just simply because my ears are in tune with them. I know exactly what they sound like and what it's going to sound like in a car, everything. Like, I'm just in tune with them, so I love them. Then they're just on Guitar Center stands, which I like, and some foam. These things right here, these motherfuckers, are things that you guys ask me about non-stop, and I don't blame you because they are cool. This is the controller for them right here. So what these are, I got one there, got one there. They come in 3 different sizes. There's a small, medium, and a large. They are expensive. They're like 100, 200, and 300 for small, medium, and large. They're obviously color changing little globe balls where you can make them either fade different colors like this. The color is way stronger than it looks like in this camera. It's the lighting or whatever. The lighting's real bright in here, but that color is super strong. It doesn't look white like that. It's like actually really blue right now, but I can't seem to capture it. But anyway, I got them off a website. I honestly, in all honesty, off the top of my hand, I have fucking no idea what the website is. And as you can see how that one's not doing nothing till I talk? You can do it like that, like when I'm pumping music and I'm into some EDM or whatever, and they're just doom, doom. They'll just light up when they hear a kick or a snare, or you can just make them fade like that, make them flash, whatever. Those are really cool. I'll find the website for you guys, and I'll put it in the description down below, because I'm not meaning to hide it. It's just a fucking light. So once I put this video up, I'll have that down in the description for you guys, the website to buy them. Now moving on over here, I have the Virus TI2 synthesizer, which is a beast if you know how to make sounds and if you know how to use it. Because if you just buy this thing straight out the box for the money it costs, and you don't know how to make sounds or edit sounds and all that, it is not worth it. You have to know what you're doing to get this thing. Because don't make my mistake what I did the first time I bought this one, a long time ago. If you guys remember, I had a Polar version, which is an all white one, and it was nice, but I had no idea how to edit sounds. I had no idea how to do anything, which there's nothing wrong with that. Producers don't have to know how to do that. It's just something that if you want to get into, you get into it. But I had no idea. I was expecting the presets to just be amazing, and they were just decent, and a lot of them were not usable for our genre of any kind of, I don't know what music you would use them in. So I just was pissed off and sold it. But then once I got into, you know, making sounds and all that, I got it, and it's a beast. You just got, like I said, you gotta know what you're doing. Below it is the Korg Kronos. Had that since it came out. Just fucking fantastic. Just beast of a keyboard. If you can, people always ask me, producer always asking, what keyboard should I get? Oh, it depends on, if you're wanting to get into it now, you don't need this stuff. Like I said in the beginning, you could, let's just say, I wasn't going to talk numbers, but let's just talk numbers. This thing cost about $2,300 when I got it. If you wanted, if I didn't have the money to get this, well, obviously, what the hell? Obviously I had the money, but say that I didn't have all my VSTs yet. You know, I didn't have Nexus and stuff. Nexus with all the expansions up to date for 2200 or whatever it is they ask for, around the same price, to me is worth more than this. But I already had that, so I got this. Nexus now, they're not doing that cracked expansion stuff. There's so many crazy ass sounds in Nexus. Shout outs to Reflex. And they come out with stuff all the time. And those of you who have the cracked one, you're like, oh, it's not that great or whatever. You have to buy it, man, because when you buy it, and then you buy all the sound banks that come out, they're amazing. They're dope as fuck. And you're not gonna get that if you have the cracked version, because they don't do that no more, which is good. But anyway, now if you're just wanting to get a hardware keyboard, like I said, and you have a bunch of plugins, VSTs, and you're just like, yo, man, what keyboard should I get? What should I do? I'm going to tell you off top, Korg. Korg has the best. Korg is the best. Don't fuck with the Phantom G. Shit is whack. Or whatever, the Phantom, whatever that was. It was whack. Yeah, Phantom G, all that. It's whack. It's not just like terrible or none, but it's whack. The Korg M3 was amazing. So it depends on your budget. If you have like you only have about 800 to spend, get the Korg M3. You can probably get it for around that price now. But if you have the money to get whatever, and you're like, yo, I want to get either a Motif XF or a Korg Kronos, or a, whatever, what should I get? Get the Korg Kronos, off top. You see that a Motif XF used to be right there, and it's not there no more. Now, obviously, there's a reason that this is still here. Not to say that the Motif XF is an amazing board, it's dope, but it was just the same thing as the Phantom. There was literally probably only 5 presets I ever turned that keyboard on for that are exclusive to that board, and you can't really find them anywhere. And Vibe has this. He already knows those sounds. We've used them a lot, and that's why he don't really use the boards anymore either. It's just you only turn it on to get those presets, and you're not going to be using those presets in every damn beat unless you want to sound the same. So I just went ahead and just sampled the ones I wanted to keep, which was only a few, and sold it. But as with this, there's so many pianos, guitars, acoustic instruments, synths. There's so much crazy stuff in here that you can do so much crazy shit with for years. So this is something I'm not letting that go. I'm gonna have this forever until they come out with whatever the next Korg is that has all these sounds plus new ones. And then I'm gonna get that and get rid of this. But this thing is where you want to go. So yeah, this is all just decorative stuff. Just my little room. But it works. A little bookshelf full of stuff. Hella into anime. Naruto. Some more Deadmau5 stuff. Some Daft Punk. Shout out to Vossen. Keeping the wheels fresh. So yeah, boxes of stuff. Tons of stuff I buy. My custom Dragon Ball Z foam posits, bleach mask, all types of shit, just random stuff everywhere. But back to the actual studio stuff. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the setup, man. That's pretty much everything. The computer, for everybody who wanted to know. Oh, and I have this MacBook Air, which I use nonstop for business. I browse the internet on it. I sit back when I'm making beats, put it on my lap. You know what I mean? Check emails, check social media and stuff while I'm taking a break. But yeah, for the computer now, this is, let me pull it out a little bit. This is the Trooper by, what the hell is it by? Oh, let me just peel the plate off. The case is by CM Storm, and it's the Trooper. There's a Storm Trooper, and then there's a Trooper. This is basically the Darth Vader, and then they have an all-white one that's the Stormtrooper. And of course I went with the Darth Vader. So on the inside I have this rigged up light show thing. It's like a tape type LED strip that goes around, plugs into the power, and it has a control system here on the front that lets me control the lighting, what colors it changes, and all that. This is a temperature gauge that comes with the Asus motherboard that I have, which is nice. But yeah, I took the side off so we could kind of see a little bit more in there. But it's so dark. Actually, let me grab my phone. I'm gonna flash some light in there because I can't take this fully off because I'd have to disconnect the power to this, and I definitely don't want to do that. Well, there we go. So anyway, let's talk some more about the inside. There is, like I said, an Asus GTX 780 graphics card. There's a 1000-watt power supply down there. There's 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM. I think it's DDR4. Is it 3? I think it's 4. Yeah, whatever the newest one is. The motherboard is the Rampage Extreme 5 by Asus. It has a Corsair liquid cooled system on it. That's what those tubes are that are on the actual processor chip, and there's a big liquid cooler thing up there. The chip is the new model, the 2014 i7 by Intel. So this thing is a beast. I mean, it is a beast. When it comes to PCs, this thing has so much money in it. It has so many fans, everything. It's a dope PC. But now that we're talking about computers, I'll talk more about computers right now, actually. That is a dope PC. It is very powerful. I mean, it's crazy. It has 32 gigs of RAM, like I said, of DDR4. If I want, I could upgrade it to 64. It goes up that far. Has enough room. But yeah, lately, you know, turn around. Lately, since I've been having those problems, and you guys already know, you seem to like these videos where everything's really not very professional, so it doesn't really matter. I'll try to make them more professional this year, but usually when I do, you guys ask me not to. So anyway, when we talk about computers, the PC is dope. It's very powerful. Like I said, there's so much money put into that thing, and I love it. It's a dope thing, but you know, when I was talking on Facebook and having these problems with the driver, granted now I know it wasn't a Windows problem, it was a problem with the hardware, so that's good to know. But every year I have problems with my computer, even though those parts on there are the highest end shit. Oh, also, I forgot, spec wise, for people who are like, I'm missing stuff, the other stuff in it, there's two 2TB drives, and there's one 1TB Samsung solid state drive for the C drive, and then there's a 500, is it 500 megabytes or 250 megabytes? One of those Samsung solid state drive that you can pop in, pop out, you know, go in, go out type deal. I think that's it, right? I just missed the hard drives, and then I told you about those. So yeah, also everything in the studio is all set up through Mogami cables. Those are the highest end, best audio cables you can get. It'll get rid of all your interference from electricity. Everything's balanced. It'll just make the sound better, and everything is all wired with Mogami. So shouts to Mogami. Sorry to just bounce around, but you already know how I am. Anyway, what I was talking about was computers. So I love the PC. It's dope. Sorry for my haircut. That's not dope. But I just, every year something goes wrong with it. And not just this one, because this one's dope. I mean, it has the highest end, you know, parts. I mean, there's stuff better. There's better graphics card and stuff. But everything that's in it, if you all who know about computers, is expensive stuff. It's not just some shit that just goes bad and all the time. But I always have problems with my PC. There's just always something that needs to be upgraded. There's something that goes bad. And when one part goes bad, like this year, I don't know what happened, but the motherboard went bad. Once the motherboard went bad, I couldn't buy any more of those motherboards. They were nowhere to be found. It was like a Rampage 3 Extreme or something. You could only buy them used, and I didn't want to do that. So I had to upgrade the motherboard. But when I had to upgrade the motherboard, now you have the chipsets, which are conflicting. So now everything's upgraded since, you know, everything's new since a couple years ago when I first got it. So I had to get a new chip, which a new i7, you already know how much that is. I had to get new RAM, which DDR4 RAM for 32 gigs, you already know. I had to get new motherboard, new RAM, new processor, new hard drive, because I didn't have to do that, but I was like, oh, I might as well get a new solid state hard drive since I'm going to have to redo my whole operating system and reinstall everything. So it was just a headache, and that's happened to me twice already since I've been on PC. Also, just parts failing, things like that. So there's going to be like a war going on in the comments, but I am thinking about buying the new Mac Pro with the whole setup and starting to use that. For one, I don't use Fruity Loops at all. I just use Cubase, and I've always used Cubase. And I mean, I don't know why I don't use Mac. I don't know why I use the MacBook Air to do all the business. I have iPads, I have iPhones. I have no idea why I don't have Mac. I mean, I've always liked PC and how you can upgrade stuff and throw shit in there. But when I seeing the new Mac Pro and what it can do and how powerful it is and all that stuff and how small it is, and you know how more geared towards setup like this it is, that this thing is like a beast for like gaming, you know what I mean? But I don't game on the computer really anymore. I do it on Xbox One. Granted, if it's good on gaming like this, it gets good on whatever. So it is a beast. It can run as fucking many plugins as I could possibly think of and render a video and do all types of shit. But at this point, it's about reliability, you know, driver issues, all type of little issues like that, stuff installing that won't install, Windows getting corrupted, and you gotta fucking reinstall it, or just so much shit goes on through the year with PC, with my computer, and I'm just like, holy shit, it's getting overwhelming. And when I started talking to people who use Mac, and I just see that it's like that stuff doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen really. I mean, anything can happen to anybody, and when it comes to computers and stuff like that, but with Mac it's so more reliable and stuff. So now that I am happy to see that this FireWire works, the Apollo setup, I'm good to go. I'm about to get back to making music, get back to all this, but I am about to put in an order for a Mac Pro, a new Mac Pro with the whole little setup, some external Thunderbolt drives and all that, and that's another thing. If I get a Mac, I'll be able to use the Apollo via Thunderbolt instead of via FireWire, which is way faster, more responsive. I'll be able to use my monitor via Thunderbolt because that's what it has. Everything's also Thunderbolt, which PC don't have right now. So there's just a lot of pluses to it too, with connectivity to things I already have. A lot of the stuff I have is kind of geared towards Mac. That Apollo, when I do get it, I'm pretty sure this complete, when I install it finally, reinstall it and everything, into that, everything's gonna work. You know, the VST will work and all that shit will work, so I'll finally be able to use this. So that's not to knock PC though. Like I said, I love this PC. I'm gonna continue to use it, and I'm gonna slowly migrate over. I'm gonna basically order it all, the whole setup. I don't know when, but soon. And when it comes in, I'll just have it up here, but I'll still have my PC here. I can still use it, obviously. It'll be hooked up whenever I need to do anything with it. And I'll just slowly start transferring stuff over and slowly start to try to get used to the process of being on a Mac instead of a PC, which shouldn't be hard because everything runs exactly the same. And I use a Mac here, so it's not like I've never used a Mac and don't know the difference of the controls and all that. The only downside right now is the Yosemite thing. A lot of if I buy a new Mac, it's only going to come with that, and you can't install an operating system on a Mac older than the version it came with, because it can totally mess up the Mac. Now, if you already had the Mac and you had OS 10 and then you upgraded and you're like, no, I want to roll back, and you did it, it'd be fine. But that Mac, if you get it and it never had that, and then you try to put it on it, it can mess up Macs. So that's one thing. That's another reason why I'm going to slowly do it, because some of the stuff that I use is not going to be fully compatible with that Yosemite yet, or Yosemite. I don't know why they named it that. That is the, every time I hear Yosemite, it's Yosemite Sam from like those cartoons. That's every time I think of that. Every time I hear that word, it's what I think of. I don't know why they named it that. I know they probably have a reason, but it's a stupid ass fucking name to me. But anyway. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Just slowly progress over to that. And another reason is, like, I just feel like with this setup, like, if you can just, I'm sure you can picture it with me, but, like, let's just pull that out here. It would just also look so much better. Like, that white, picture the white wireless Apple board and the Magic Mouse being right there. And I got the little Mac Pro up there where Dead Mouse is right now. Sorry, Dead Mouse, I don't know where I'm going to put you. But, you know, it's right there and everything. I got a couple little Thunderbolt drives. There's this little thing you can get that has terabytes of Thunderbolt drives. Put it down there to give it more, you know, space and all that. But yeah, I mean, it's just a thought, just something I'm gonna, well, it's more than a thought now. It's something that's gonna happen. So yeah, that's news. But the reason I said it's gonna be war is I want to hear your guys' advice, your guys' what you think. But this is what we do on my Facebook page that I told you to go follow. But I want to see in the comments too. Like, leave a comment. Do you think I should get that Mac Pro? Why or why not? What are the ups and downs for you producers? What are some VSTs or softwares or, you know, plugins that if you've upgraded to the Yosemite, whatever the fuck it's called, and it doesn't really work, what are those? Just so I know. What plugins is it that are having trouble or not working at all? So yeah, leave all that in the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much the video slash kick it for the morning. I'm gonna go ahead and get into mixing some beat orders. People asked me to, or what am I talking about? People paid me, of course, to do the beat mixing. It's too early. I didn't get enough sleep, but I'm pumped right now. But they've been waiting because I couldn't use the audio interface, and they've been waiting patiently. So I'm gonna knock that out for them. And then the VIP. Producer's VIP monthly pack needs to be finished because it drops in a couple days. So I'm going to get to that. If you don't know, the VIP Producers Monthly is basically a Christmas every month for producers. It's a very cheap thing. It's something that's not expensive. And every month you get a number of things. From off the top of my head, you get a coupon code that gives you anywhere from 20 to 65% off on Industry Kits purchases for that whole month. You get 2 kits from the site. You get 1 exclusive preset bank that is only for members. It's going to be for Contact and for Reason, so we don't leave Reason users out. And everybody, for every other DAW, can use Contact. And so every month you get an exclusive preset bank that's not sold on the site or anywhere else. You get a tips and tricks stuff, which is like videos of me showing how to mix, how to, you know, business tips and tricks, you know, just whatever, all types of tips and tricks, little stuff you could do with plugins, good plugins to use, all that type of stuff that you guys ask for and you ask to be exclusive content is in there. It's not uploaded to my YouTube. It's stuff that's only for the VIP members. You get that every month, which is usually about 2 or 3 videos in there, so it's not like you just get one little video of me showing you how to fucking do something crazy. It's like, or something little. It's like real information that you really do need, really do like, whatever. It's usually 2 to 3 videos in there. There's just a ton of stuff. And now with 2.0, I've also, a lot of members asked me to do this. Don't know really where this idea came up from, but there was a number of people asking me to do it. So I just went ahead and did it. And so for now, for VIP members in 2.0, if you're a member, for one, every week, you can request to have a Skype call with me, like a legit me and you Skype call. You can ask me for like advice, or hey, I was trying to figure out how I could do this, or whatever. And I'll have like a little 5-minute call, whatever, 10-minute. It can't be too long because of course there's going to be a lot of people scheduling these calls with me. But I'll sit down and have a Skype call with you and just talk for like I said, for whatever. You have the ability as a VIP member to request that call, and every week, on a certain day, like on Fridays or Saturdays or whatever day, I'll go through the list and you will get your call that month, and we'll talk or whatever. So that's a Skype thing. Also every week you can send me a beat to critique for you, and I will not only listen to it and tell you like what I think about it, but I'll tell you what you could work on with the mix, how you could work on it, like what type of things you could use and stuff, not just like, oh, I think the beat's cool or I think the beat's bad. I actually try to help you get from point A to point B, or from point A where you're at to a better, more improved point B. So that's something you can do once a week too. You can get a critique basically 4 times a month. Every week I'll go through them and send everybody the information back. And also every month I will choose like maybe 2 or 3 just random VIP members and do collabs with them. Free collabs. So you don't have to, and also you don't have to be like a top-notch best producer in the world, because everybody who's a VIP member should be able to have the capability and the opportunity to do it just because you're a member. So it's not like you got to send me a beat, and if I like it, you might get chosen. You just tell me like, yo, I want to enter the raffle or however you do it to get chosen for a collab, and I'll put you in the list, and every month I'll just pull a couple names out of there and I'll collab with them. So that's something cool too. There's just a ton of stuff. There's like 10 different things you get for the VIP Producers Monthly. Go to industrykits.com and click the banner that you see that talks about it, or go to extras and you'll see it pop up in the sub menu, and read all the stuff there because it has all the information. But there's a lot of people already signed up. It's not like a ton crazy people or nothing, but there's a lot of people signed up. They love it. So for those of you who are signed up, leave in the comments what you think and tell other producers why they should sign up and all that good jazz. But I was going to make a whole separate video on that, but I have so much work to do now that this is working. So many ideas I got to get out of my head, so I might as well just cram it all into one video for you all to watch. So yeah, that's that, man. That's everything in the studio, or the home studio, and that's Producers Monthly 2.0. Oh, also another thing a lot of people ask about the Producers Monthly is, well, it's been going on now for 7 months. This will probably be the 7th month, I think. And they're like, well, what if I come into it, like all those past kits, do I get those when I sign up, or how can I get those? Because I don't want to miss out on that, because all of that, you missed out already on me teaching you how to mix your kicks better, your bass, giving you tips and tricks, the good virtual instruments and plugins you can get, secret weapons, all types of stuff you've missed out on already. But with new members, for now anyway, I don't know if I'm going to offer this like forever, as long as this membership goes. But for now, since it's still a young thing and something that's growing, say like if you sign up today and it's the 13th, you're going to get the kit that comes out on the 15th, but you also will have the opportunity to purchase all the previous kits, but not just purchase them like, oh, okay, well, whatever. You can purchase them for half off. So basically $10, if this is month 6, so basically $50 will get you all the last months. So $10 per month for the previous kits. So, and you can choose, okay, well, give me August, September, and then December, and I'll skip this, and that's $30 or whatever, as opposed to being the $20 a month subscription, or Western Union, however it is you want to do it, type thing that it is. So it's a really good deal that way too, because I know people who sign up for this are the people who want that exclusive content, the people who want to have stuff that not everybody can just buy and watch and all that, whatever. And they don't want to miss out on what they could get, because I know if it was me and I signed up, I'd be like, well, shit, I want to know what I missed out before, and I want to get that. So I offer that to you for a low, cheap cost, but of course only to members. You can't just come asking me. People always keep coming asking me, yo, can I just pay you? You have to sign up. This is a VIP thing for a reason. It's not something you can just purchase. You have to sign up to be a member. So yeah, moving on from that, I'm guessing that's the video. Pretty much showed you all the new stuff. Pretty much talked your ear off. I haven't done a video in a long time, so hopefully this was something that you all enjoyed. I'll do more beat making videos and do more all of that stuff. Contests, all that stuff is going to be swamped to you for 2015, because like I said before, I'm going super hard in 2015. I go super hard every year, but I'm going even harder. The reason things slowed down, like I said before, for the YouTube channel is I had a camera guy, as you've seen, that was doing professional work for me, and I was bringing you guys some crazy stuff, but he moved away, so now I don't have a cameraman. So now I'm back to square one. But it's all good. We'll get it how we live. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else to talk about right now, as I'm looking around the studio. So yeah, stay tuned for more updates. Like I said, follow me on that Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm on all 3 of those things. I check them multiple times a day, as well with my email. So just post me stuff on there, questions, the comments below, of course, here on YouTube. And I'm always getting back, and I'm always reading what you say. So if you're saying stuff that you want me to work on, or saying stuff, I read all that stuff. So I see everything you have to say. So if you have anything you want to say, go ahead and say it in any of those places. And just stay tuned for updates. You'll see me post when I release new videos, or you'll see me post when, you know, I have new equipment. Then when the new Mac stuff comes in, I'll make a new video and show you guys what the setup looks like then. I don't really know how soon that'll be, because I don't know officially when I'm going to do that, all that type of stuff. But yeah, I'll keep bringing you guys videos, keep bringing you guys all types of stuff, contests and all that. So yeah, just stay tuned. Like I said, you'll see me post about it and talk, or even if it's not about videos or about YouTube, I do talk back on Twitter and on Facebook. It's not like a thing where you talk to somebody, they don't say nothing back or nothing. I retweet everybody, or I comment back. I try to talk back to everybody I can. Of course, I have a lot of stuff going on, so everybody doesn't get back to all the time. But yeah, I guess I'll see y'all later.